Yeah, this is Eric Deloach, um, your residential book author, and we have another show here of Black authors and others. We have a special guest that I met at the Farmers Conference this year in Atlanta, Georgia. So she's a former, or whatever you may call, and also an author. So, with no further ado, this is a special guest. We'll allow her to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself. The floor is yours.
Okay, love to hear it. Hi, so my name is Libre Booker, and I am the owner founder of a company, Living Green Garden. So I quit my job in June 30th, and I'm like, look, I am smart, I am talented, I can take my talents and put my heart into the earth and to my people. So that's what I'm doing. So with my company, Living Green Garden, I am teaching people how to grow their own food, how to cook whole, plant-based, delicious food. So this is about us going back to our roots and how to live harmoniously with ourselves and with the planet. So it's really about connecting to nature, connecting to the food, and that is bringing us back to ourselves. It's like it's all connected, like the earth, the food, all of it. So that's that's what I'm about. That's me, y'all. Hey.
All right, and also you're an author as well, right? A newly found author.
Yes, yes. So my best sister friend and I, so we are working on a whole plant-based soul holiday cookbook. So look, y'all, so my mom, my people from Mississippi, and
Okay.
like she lives in Texas. We believe in good food, but good food that can be nutritious. So we're not talking about no skimpy stuff. We're talking about whole good plant food, but we're talking about chunky dressing, like Southern dressing, and we got sweet potato pies. We got the stuff in there, and it's healthy, but it's delicious. So look out for that December 4th. Yes, y'all, just in the holiday, and it's for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and for New Year's. Yeah, we're gonna get y'all eating good and eating right.
Right. And how did you, how did you come about, I guess, your organization, your company? Tell us about that.
You know, it's been a journey, is and that's actually like a really good question.
Right.
So this seed has been planted in me from birth, and my lineage comes like, so my mom, she was raised on a
Mhm.
farm in Mississippi. So
Wow.
and
Okay.
so I grew up learning how to garden and for us how to grow our own food. And I was just always drawn to that. And she taught me, like, growing up on a farm in Mississippi, that they didn't want for anything. They had shelter, they had each other, they had food because they knew how to grow their own food. They were good. They were good until somebody came and told them that they weren't. Like she was like,
Wow.
they were considered the rich kids until someone had
Mhm.
to come and tell them that they were poor. But that
Okay. Okay.
illusion. They weren't poor. They had everything they needed and
Mhm.
more. And
Mhm.
that just always tugged at me. I'm like, so, geez, it seemed like life was just simpler and
Right. Right.
it's like
Mhm.
this rat race.
Mhm.
It's like an illusion, this
Right.
rat race that we're in. I was just always drawn to being self-sufficient, connecting with
Mhm.
the earth. And like,
Mhm.
look, if I'm like connected with the earth and can grow my own, can't nobody touch me.
Right.
So
Right.
that was just always something in me. And it's like,
Mhm.
look, if something happens to the world, if the world goes to hell, if I got a
Mhm.
seed and if I got a house, if I got shelter and I got some seeds to grow food, can't nobody touch me. And that's where this has just always been in me. I'm like, I want other people to learn that as well. So that's really where this company is coming from, and from me learning the power of plants and the power not just growing them, but of fueling and getting our nutrients from whole good plants and good nutrition, and how all of it is connected. I'm just like, just this knowledge can save the world. What am I doing? Let me start a company.
Right, right. And was your mother, she was the type like really that stress, okay, I want you, you may go to school or you may, leave the South or whatever you may do. I know that you're talented, you're my daughter, you're very much able to do whatever you decide that you want to do. But I do want to impart and leave you this knowledge that I've always had of being a planning and stuff. Was she the type that kind of stressed that you kind of have that you and your family?
Actually, no, she was not. I was just always drawn to it. So she was just naturally out there in the garden, out there planting vegetables, planting flowers, and I was just always drawn to it. So when she was doing it, I was just out there with her. And the same like my great-grandfather. So her grandfather, my great-grandfather, raised her and taught her, and like out there with him. I was just, it was just something that it just called to me. So no, she didn't talk about it. It was me asking questions like, mama, yeah. She was just doing what she do.
What was it that you see now that kind of pulled you in and said, this has to be a part of my character, a part of who I am, instead of just go play with the Barbie doll or go in the house, mom, you do this is not for me. What was it that grabbed you?
I think what grabs me, that's a really, really good question. And actually,
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. And that's actually a question that I reflect on a lot, because especially when going into business, you have to be really clear about who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. So this, I always think like, so what is it? And I think what has called me, if I'm getting the question right, I think it's this innate understanding now that I am part of the earth.
Okay.
So I believe, especially after coming back from the Bucks conference, like I see like there is this awakening coming up. And I'm seeing it with different people, but I'm definitely seeing it with people of color, especially Black people. Really Black women. I'm seeing this like awakening. It seems like the earth has put this seed that's been in us, that's just been kind of like dormant, it's kind of like been in our DNA. And this is the time for activation. And it's like, that's what it is. That's what it feels like it is.
Right. Yeah. Just a quick backstory. It could be, I'm either third or fourth generation farmer, and it wasn't, as one occupation. It wasn't. I didn't like it at first. I would go down and they would do work, and I'm like, oh, and I would come down. But then later on in life, I kind of started to like it and said, let me do something. And this is pretty cool. And it kind of just caught me off guard. And that's kind of what happened. And I really enjoyed the conference because I saw other people that were like me and looked like me and stuff. And everybody was so interested, and it became, a big thing. I can work with planting food or cows or whatever I'm involved with. And it's kind of like it gave everyone, I guess the catch was, I'm in control. I'm a giver here, and I'm using, the knowledge that I have learned to help the world. And it just seems, it was just a beautiful thing to see, us coming together in unity to kind of learn this, learn that, and to be the network. It was just a real wonderful experience.
I absolutely agree. It's like when I left that conference, I knew. So it's like I knew my purpose with Living Green Garden. I already knew it was divine, but I saw at the conference that it was way bigger
Right.
than me and Living Green Garden. It's like, whoa, this is for real. This divine is for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me, now we're okay, you're in Gary, Indiana, which is a beautiful place, not to mention people, the town and birth, I think birthplace of the Jackson Five, legendary Jackson Five. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Now, do they have a museum for them there, or
do they have? You said a museum?
a museum or some type of some kind of thing about for the Jackson Five?
So the house, the house that they grew up in, that is it's like a icon. It's preserved, so people it's real nice and pretty. So you go on the block, there's the Jackson house that looks real nice, and then there's the rest of the block. So there's that and it's right behind Roosevelt High School, which, you know, people know the Jacksons and their songs. Roosevelt High School is right there. So people are like big Jackson fans. They go to the house that they grew up in, and it looks real cute. And then they see and it's actually on 2300 Jackson Street. People may think that it's named for the Jacksons, but no, that's actually not true. Grew up on Jackson Street. The west side is named for the presidents. So it's actually Andrew Jackson, but the Jacksons just happened to live on Jackson Street. So little facts y'all may not know. Come on, Jackson.
Oh, we're learning. We're learning. All right. Teach us. Right. Now, did they do by chance, did they do any garden or anything going on over there?
Not that is a fantastic question. So now, as far as like Catherine and the Jacksons, now I'm not sure if they were into gardening. However, in that area, that is called the Midtown neighborhood of Gary. And yeah, there is a lot of gardening action that's happening there. So there's like, it's amazing, like how we were saying, like at the Bucks conference, there's like so many people across the country doing this work. Come to find out, there were a lot of us just within Midtown Gary, where the Jacksons neighborhood is, that were starting community gardens separately. Didn't even realize it until we looked up. It's like, whoa. So now we're going to try to form a coalition within this neighborhood to make a bigger impact collectively. So it's like Living Green Garden. We have a community garden in Midtown. There's a few churches that started community gardens, and Brothers Keepers, which is for a homeless men shelter. They've started community garden. We're all in this neighborhood. So we're gonna start combining our forces to make a bigger impact within Midtown Gary, which is the neighborhood, you know, with the Jacksons. So look, fun fact there. This, you know, has
that is amazing. And what happens? Let me just ask you, when you go out and garden, I don't know if your children or friends that come out with you, do people come by and are amazed at what you're doing? Tell me about your friends and family or residents at the area. What is like I said, what's interesting is that you have this network of people that's doing it now, and it was the conference kind of helped that, was a catalyst for that. But tell us about the community and their understanding and I guess at least observance of what you're doing.
Okay, yeah. So this part of it is called the Greenwood Miller Project. It's under Living Green Garden, my company. And the Greenwood Miller Project is named after my great grandfather, Mississippi. really, I contribute him to putting this gene in us, the Miller line for gardening. So that is going out, that is just to be playing with it, guerrilla gardening. Like, look, I'm not asking anybody's permission to take this land that I've seen that's been vacant for all these years. Y'all ain't doing nothing with it. So you know what? I'm just about to put some food on it, and I dare you to come at me. Now, if you come at me, rough, but you know, it's real hard because ain't nobody come at me yet. But that's the thing. And and this is modeled after Ron Finley. So Ron Finley, like, yeah, like I'm a fan of two people, Oprah and Ron Finley. So I was watching Ron Finley, and I'm like, shoot, he just took some land and was willing to go to jail for it. Let me just do the same. So so that's what started. This is year 2, and what started is just I just kind of told a partner of mine, like, hey, I found some land over here. I'm just gonna put some food on it. And it's kind of just grown and gathered so much momentum to now there's this coalition that is building, because there's just, it's like, it seemed like the same year there were different organizations within Midtown that had this activation. Oh, it is time to start a community garden. And we all did it, not knowing we were doing it. And what has been happening is like the community. So it's interesting actually talking about the community piece of it, because so like for the Greenwood Miller Project, the intention and goal is to take some land, ain't nobody thinking about, put some food on it, in marginalized communities that are food deserts, and to have the community buy into the space and take ownership and learn how to harvest their own seeds and to grow their own food for their neighborhood. And I would love, but I'm trying to save the world just one thing at a time, for also the community to learn how to take that skill and monetize it to bring money to the neighborhood. That's like the vision. So, and I'm in my mind, I'm hoping like, okay, that could per neighborhood, 4 years, be with a neighborhood for 4 years to get that going, to have other research sources come and get that momentum going, and then go to the next neighborhood and do it again. So we are we just finished up year 2. So we're starting up year 3, and with year 3, this is really the coalition forming. So now, you know, is the more resources you get, the faster you can make impact. So now I feel with this coalition forming and all of us pulling our resources, I believe we can make bigger impact fast. So I'm looking forward to these next 2 years. Actually, the vision I have, I might be able to do it. I think it's coming together.
Right. Now tell me, what are the different types of plants? I mean, what the different things that you're planting? Tell me in terms of your garden.
Oh, geez, boy, shoot, I grow almost everything. So even like right now, so I'm in zone 5B. So it's a little chilly. I'm up outside of Chicago. So Chicago weather. But even right now, I got my peas growing out there. Cabbages. I got my spinach. My spinach is doing really well. I'm going to try indoor sweet potatoes. So I grow sweet potatoes every year, but you know, they're a hot weather crop. So I just started some sweet potato slips 6 days ago. They're getting some room to put those in. And what else do I have out there? Yeah, I got my lettuces. I've got my kale. No, this is cool stuff. So I've got my cool crops out there. My garlic, I planted my garlic. So my garlic is overwintering. And a raccoon just got one of my beautiful spaghetti squashes. I'm like, and usually, so
it must be good, huh? It must be good.
You know what? This is store quality now. This is store quality that's grown in the backyard, and a raccoon. Yeah,
Right.
they do. So they got it before I did. You know, it's a balance
Yeah.
between getting, especially the tomatoes before the squirrels do.
Right,
But
right.
usually,
Right.
I know nature is gonna be back there, so I plan a little extra for him. So
Right, right.
well, I'm okay with sharing a little bit. But yeah, he got a good one. He got a
Right,
really good
right. So, this Thanksgiving, will you be? I really, I'm more with cows and stuff like that. But when do you take some of the harvest and
one.
eat it for different events or whatever?
Yes. So like last Christmas,
Right,
we
right.
ate my collard greens.
But
For this Thanksgiving,
right.
uh I haven't gotten my marching order. So my sister, if my sister tells me to cook something, then what I normally do, I figure out what I can take from the garden. Yeah, because I'm cheap, y'all. Look, that's why I plant food.
Yeah.
To cook from it. So I don't know what my marching orders yet from my sister to tell me what to cook. But yeah,
Right.
I have used spaghetti squashes to cook like a really good spaghetti squash bake. Don't turn your nose to it. I know y'all like, what is that? Look, y'all.
No, that sounds good. It sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. And so collards and cabbages. I love cabbage
Mhm.
and collards. I like that combination. So that's something that makes it for
Right.
giving her a Christmas dinner, especially like that's a cool cold hardy crop. So yeah, it's easy for me just to go out there and pick them fresh and
Right.
cook them. So and that's really cool to do.
Right.
When you don't have that experience of doing that yet, it's
Right.
nothing like it, you know?
Right. Now, do you now or do you in the future, will you have plans like maybe the say elementary school or middle school kids to come out, maybe have a tour, or maybe even to volunteer and to help out, be your little helpers, the right, right age. Has that come across your mind? Or maybe you're already doing that. I'm not sure.
Well, so actually, this past year, we had with high school students. So there's someone from the Poor People's Campaign. The Poor People's Campaign took notice to the Greenwood Miller Project, and someone worked at a high school, and they were able to use it for their high school credit. So actually, boy,
Wow.
we had 13 fruit trees, and for some
Right.
reason in my mind I tend to think that I can change the world in 2 minutes. So not
Okay.
realizing how much work these 13 trees that were donated for the garden.
Wow.
I was like so appreciative to these high school students. They came very enthusiastic about doing the work in the neighborhood and in the community, and got these fruit trees planted. And the help of the students, their work has really transformed the space. So it's becoming it's definitely not just an abandoned lot anymore, and that is because
Right.
of work of students. So I
Right.
would love to actually expand on that, and that message keeps coming to me from different people. Are like, what about students? So that is a resource I probably need to think even more about, because yeah, we could
Right.
really make a huge impact.
Well,
And
it gives them purpose, right? I mean, that they get to learn how to have some type of power of bringing life, food life, whatever, which is really in turn life for another human being, our human beings, that they something that's directly from them, and it shows them peace, and I think it's a positive. So I mean, it's great that you said the kids are, we always hear, oh, the kids are bad, they're terrible to you, but they can be good if they're given, the right environment, right opportunity.
exactly, yeah, it's like, so we need to think about this. Like, what are we feeding our bodies? What are we feeding our children? Are we feeding our children positive experiences in nature, because we are part of nature? Yeah, that's like some real stuff there. Getting good rest, being out in nature, connecting. There's actually science to the digging in the dirt and how the microbes getting through your skin and that information and how it helps and fuels us. What a gift to give a child to
Right,
just
right,
be in a chair, in a
right.
game chair, you know, on a gaming system, to be out in nature and connect with a part of themselves that they, you know, didn't even realize. That's a beautiful gift.
Absolutely, absolutely. I remember doing some reading not too far back that there was a gentleman that was in the military or something, and he had cancer, called cancer, but they had a family farm, and just by working out there, it actually healed him from cancer.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep, exactly. I believe in that. So we actually the third part of Living Green Garden, the harmonious living with ourselves and the planet. So like I look at like a lot of the illnesses and sickness in the world. And when you look at a lot of people who are sick, it's because they're not in alignment, that dis-ease, they're not at ease, they're not in alignment. And you know, people who are out in nature, who commune in nature, you don't find too many of those people who are like dying from diseases and stuff.
Right,
You know,
right.
people who are in balance and who are
Yeah.
at ease.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then the extra thing is that okay, it's free thinking, free living, and you're contributing to society. And then on top of that, with you growing there yourself, autonomy of growing your own crops, you're making sure that the unnecessary bad chemicals are not added to your product, and that's healthy living in terms of healthy eating.
Exactly. You know, so like I believe in this so much. Like I believe that the more of us that grow more of our own food, that it really can change and save the world. Because not only that with the chemicals, just think of the other environmental impacts. So like the food that, so we're eliminating food waste. We're cutting down on food waste when we start to grow our own food. We're cutting down on emission gases, because now we're not having so much food being shipped all over from the place. I can grow my own tomatoes and freeze them. Thank you. I can do this myself. So like all of this unnecessary traffic and pollution can be cut down if we just connect with nature a little bit more and grow more of our own food. It really could heal. Healing ourselves really does heal the world. It really does.
I would say too, that being a farmer and stuff like that. My mother's 79, and she just loves she loves being out there. The point that I was going to say is that maybe your local in Indiana, both the federal agriculture department, the government, and also the state agriculture department may have programs that they may actually pay you guys to plant. You know what I'm saying? So, they may have programs that allow you to plant, and there may be some grants to really expand whatever you guys are doing individually or collectively. How many people did you I guess run into that's from your area that came to the event?
And that was crazy too now. So look,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all. So I met.
We have like maybe 9 more minutes, but I have no problem, let's say beginning next year, bringing you back again. But tell, because I mean, we just get started. So tell me, just about roughly how many did you run into?
Yeah, so I'm in Gary, Indiana, which is part of Chicagoland. So I met two other people like from like South Chicago, I was
Right,
like,
right.
y'all are like right in the backyard. So look, I'm planning on getting those two. I'm
Right,
look, I'm building a garden
right.
army here. I ain't joking. I ain't playing.
Right.
So yeah, I'm about to put them on my team, the army. And
Right.
I met someone else in Ohio. I'm like,
Okay.
she part of my army.
Right,
Look,
right,
and
right.
then Pennsylvania's right next to that. Met at the Bucks conference. I'm like, look, we can get some kind of Great Lakes grant initiative, something going on, and make this big and major. Look, I ain't messing around. Look,
right, and start a network. And maybe there's some stores or some type of festivals or events. A creative festival. Just throwing something out there. Creative festival. That creates a market that you can sell and educate people and just so many great things. So tell us about the book. You have to know about the book.
Yes, please. So it will be on Amazon. My best sister friend and we are busy cooking to getting the recipes just right. It is a soul, whole food, plant-based holiday cookbook that has that Southern soul food for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and for New Year. So we got some meaty, chunky gumbo, everything plant-based, but you won't miss the meat. You gonna think it's meat. It's real magic here in this book. Right. Get it? It's real good food for your soul and everything, y'all. So look for it December 4th. And follow me on I'm a Living Green Garden, YouTube, and Instagram. I'll put it out there. Yeah, look for this book, y'all. It's gonna be good for your soul.
And I wanted to say, I have a friend of mine that's a best-selling book author, Black female, that she's also award-winning book promoter. So I might want to connect you guys up to help, for the book sales for you guys. Definitely can try to connect that up between y'all. And then there's an organization that follows me around that works with nonprofits. So maybe that may be a link. What hit my spirit happens to be Sunday, right? So what hits my spirit also is that you have the image, you have the excitement, the attractiveness in terms of what you're doing in your energy. That I don't see why it wouldn't work to start a internet show, like have a show where if you're cooking, if you and your friend, or you could be you and friends come through, and you kind of talk about the garden, but also talk about dishes that you're cooking, and that would be a way to kind of advertise and bring people into the movement that you're doing.
Hey, that's a good. I'm taking that and I'm gonna run with it.
I want you to run with it. I'll definitely watch it and ask other people to watch it as well. You just seem to have a very organic, for lack of a better word, special appeal, and you just have this energy that I think people would respond to positively.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I get a comment about my energy because look, y'all, so this is on video, but look, in person, it could become a bit much for people. But well, I tell people, I mean,
well, you need that type of personality to really connect people and see that a person that's excited about it, who's doing great things. It's just so much. I just see that you're doing and that you're going to be doing that is that can be great to your community and other communities. Who knows, maybe international sales, regional food sales, local food sales, national food. There's just so much, and then maybe might run into some more property or something that money is given through the government, through a grant or something, and then you can expand into rural area, not too far from where you are. You guys could have a big farm area that you could. It's sky's the limit. This is what I see.
Exactly. Thank you. I received that, and this is the beginning. This is the beginning. That's I
am going to have two other persons. I think I have mentioned to you before. Two other persons that are a little bit bigger in this space than I am. That set you up that you can interview with them. I think a gentleman from North Carolina and another guy, a lady that's from South Carolina, who's like really big in the media categories. That definitely I will link you up that you can carry your show and your book as well.
I appreciate that, brother. Come on, I appreciate that. And last year, past this, this is how it works. Let's collectively do this.
You seem to be very passionate, but tell us again about what's in the book and what are you getting out to the public? It seems very interesting.
Yeah, so the book, so it's
what's the title of the book? From there.
It's a whole food plant-based holiday cookbook, 50 recipes for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
Oh, you're gonna have to with your show every once a week or once every 2 weeks or whatever, showcase one of the cooking and
recipes.
Yeah,
I was thinking that too. I was like, because I'm like creating like a marketing business, y'all. That's like real work. So I was like,
you might teach somebody how to cook. Somebody who they may learn to cook off of that, or get the desire to cook off of that.
Yeah, I'm thinking because my gumbo, I just did a gumbo. So like my daughter, she has a palate, she has a traditional American palate. So processed foods. So I know if I can make something that fools her palate, that I've done good. So the gumbo for the book, like she was looking at it, she's like, "You put chicken in this?" I was like, "No." She was like, "What's this meat?" I was like, "Ain't no meat in there." And she's like, "Oh, Mama, this one's good." So that one, I think I might showcase that one. And that, so at whole food plant-based is like with no processed oil. So it's really like with minimally processed food. So as whole plant foods, and you would never know with this gumbo that there was no meat or no oil in it. Yeah, I gotta say, I was like, "Ooh, I did my shoot. I'll put the whole foot in that one."
You have to bring home the show on your show and your sister as well, in some episodes. And so we're down to like actually just the minute and 30 seconds. Mom, tell us where can I'm sure that you're going to get new fans. Tell us where can people find you that want to get to know more and maybe want to buy some food or buy the books. Where can they find you on social media and connect with you?
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube. So everything is Living Green Garden. So I have my website, livinggreengarden.com. I'm on YouTube, Living Green Garden. Follow me on TikTok, Living Green Garden. I'm making it easy for you now. Follow me on Instagram, Living Green Garden. I'm also on Facebook, y'all. What is it? Living Green Garden, y'all. Y'all can find me.
You just text me or email the information you want in the description. Play, and I'll put that in for you. Yes. So that people can connect with you. Yes.
I love that. Yes, thank you. God bless y'all. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, this was definitely a great episode. And last quick thing. What do you have to say for encouragement for young people and other people who's thinking about this? But what do you have to say to them?
Hey, y'all. So look, if you know in your heart what you're doing and your soul is right, and you are serving, it's not about you. What you're doing, if you are putting your heart out there for the greater good, move forward.